Hey nerds, Sage is here. So I'm currently over at my battle ballot, and you can kind of see where my mind slipped off to. I think I really want a distant counter. Oh goodness, but still, man, I got a lot of comments. There were a lot of comments on the last video about the top 4 that were probably going to be a part of the, A Hero Rises thing, and I was really taken back by a lot of the replies and a lot of other things. There were a lot of people who really wanted these characters, really wanted a certain character, and, it kind of evolved from there. It's cool. I really like seeing the dedication for you guys. I really do. I know some people may not be happy if they get Ike, or, they may not be happy if they get Azura, but I do have a little bit of a takeaway here, since this is going to, we're going to probably find out the results in a day or two. Well, we have to, because, that starts on the 15th. Day or two, yes, most likely, probably tonight, who knows. But still, as you can see, we're going to have a top 4, and at the end of it all, we're going to have a character. Everyone's going to get a free character, and give or take, it should be a character that we can use. I mean, at least from my view on it, maybe a merge, maybe, fodder, or maybe a unit you can really use and really want to. That's my takeaway from it. And I was just kind of, thinking, well, hopefully there won't be too much, saltiness over things like this, and it just kind of, I'm pretty sure there will be, of course, but I think the real takeaway is just, hey, at least, we got a free character. It's nice. You'll probably be able to make use out of it either way. So don't be too worried about it. Don't be too concerned. I know a lot of you want Winter Tharja, or you want Ira, or you want, Azura, Hector, what have you. Characters of that nature who are all, really valuable, really great characters. Just, eventually if Ike wins, that's fine. I really don't mind. I hope everyone, can make use out of it. That's my general just thought process on this. It's just, it's fun. I hope everyone had fun voting. And if you voted for the character you wanted, good for you. And if you didn't, get the character you wanted, hopefully you can still make use of the character you got. That's just my thoughts on the whole thing. And my other thought process is, even if any of these characters are, of course, chosen from all of these options, there are, the possibilities. Because these characters are characters that now, at least in some way, IS knows that we want. So there may be an option later on that they, make a banner focused around these units, because it would make them more money. They know exactly what characters to aim for, be it legendary or not. It's just, it's common practice, I guess, in a sense. It's just, don't worry about the small stuff. Try to have fun with it. That's my final thoughts on that, because, oh man, there were a lot of comments on that. A lot of them. But that's not all I'm here to talk to you guys about. We're also here to talk about one other thing that's been really interesting, and I'm sure some of you have already pointed it out in the data, because, it's in the data. For those who don't know, whenever there's new characters added, we of course get new passives, new things to look at, new everything. And of course, there was one interesting thing that came out of that. It was this little icon right here. I'm just gonna move it around the screen because I'm bored. This was, of course, a passive icon, which gets added every, whenever there's an update with new characters or new weapon refinements or what have you. There's always new icons for everything. So, no surprise there that when this showed up, everyone was like, oh, okay, so it's new passive for a new character from a banner. We thought maybe it would be from, some of the armored units, because technically this looks like an armored passive. And, of course, it didn't ever come to fruition. It never came out. For some reason, it was not there. So what does that mean? Well, technically, I think the only real skill that was actually added that was a passive was, of course, Bow Valor. But this technically exists in the game, and it's called Armored Boots, and it's most likely going to be a seal when it comes to Tempest Trials. And that, of course, is Armored Boots. And this changes a lot of things that, if it is, in fact, a Sacred Seal, which I'm almost guaranteeing it's going to be, because usually they don't add these sorts of things and then just kind of, neglect them. They usually have them prepared for things. So I'm, it's almost certain that this is going to be a new seal for you to get with this Tempest Trials, and it's basically solo armored march for, at least from what I can tell, armored units. And if they have 100% HP at the start of the turn, they can move 1 extra space, which actually is pretty good, if I do say so myself. This means that you can use armored units with maybe some more, mixed teams without having to worry too much about it. And since armored units don't really get, hit back by things like forests and, stuff like that, it could be very handy for a lot of uses. And outside of Armored March, which granted has become a lot more accessible lately with several characters having it, but that most likely right there is going to be your seal, or at least one of the seals. I'm not sure if it will be the end-all seal, the one that's usually the biggest one at 40,000, which usually has some of the better effects, but I expect it to be somewhere in there. It's kind of like Quick and Pulse in a sense. It's gonna exist, and chances are, maybe, just maybe, it will be your Tempest Trial reward, or at least one of them. So, here's hoping. I just figured I would point that out because, spoilers and all that fun stuff. But, well, hope you guys have a great day. I just wanted to talk about that real quick, get it out of the way, and then we'll review all of the Tempest Trial stuff later tonight. Are you guys excited? I hope you are. Get Ellawood, get everything out there. It's gonna be great. Anyways, catch you nerds later. Thanks for watching.